G'day, Mate 40 here. So a lot of the content of people like me and a lot of my content and a lot of content by other people like me can basically be boiled down to the YouTuber, the podcast bro saying, worship me and suck my dick. I mean, that certainly seems to be the ethos behind probably a lot of my content, a lot of Nick Fuentes content, Richard Spencer's content, Bronze Age pervert content, just, all sorts of men vying for your attention and your worship and vying for your private parts. And so how can you detect the difference between content that just wants you to worship the content maker and send him money or sexual favors or just give him attention versus content that's fair dinkum, like that's honest and decent and upstanding. So I think that the difference between fair dinkum content and fraudulent content is when the creator makes an effort to be realistic about their own level of expertise in what they're saying, be realistic about their own level of accomplishment. Like the more accurate the content creator, both in what they're saying and how they present themselves, then the more decent they are. Do they make grandiose claims? Do they try to come across as though they're letting you know some great insight, something really profound, something that's going to change your life, something earth-shattering that, for example, they see a civil war going on all around us while you don't see it because you're just on a much lower level than them, but they are so much more spiritually elevated that they can see things that you don't see. And so someone who is selling you false claims of profundity or truth, someone who's exaggerating their own level of expertise, someone who is pretending to know a lot more than they really know, someone who's exaggerating their own level of importance and what their level of importance should be to you, someone who's claiming revolutionary theories, and someone who's peddling pseudo-profound bull, right? That person much more likely to be pushing the basic meme of worship me and suck me off, which is a great deal of gurus. So the stronger people are, the higher people are on the Gurometer, is composed by the two professors behind Decoding the Gurus, meaning anti-establishment just as a reflex into conspiracy theories, self-aggrandizing, narcissistic, claiming revolutionary theories that are not really revolutionary theories, people claiming to be sharing pseudo-profound BS with you, people who are peddling to you things that sound profound but upon examination turn out to be trivial or false or fake. Right? Those are people who are just basically coming to you with a message of worship me, suck me off. And so it seems to me that a great deal of the just seems to me a great deal of the product of people like Bronze Age pervert and Dennis Prager, Ben Shapiro, most right-wing syndicated radio talk show hosts, most pundits. It's kind of all about pay attention to me, give me your attention. I'm peddling to you these profound-sounding insights, Deepak Chopra, insights that just completely fall apart upon examination. So when people peddle to you an exaggerated sense of their own expertise and importance, when people present to you a false description of how often they've been right in the past, where they just seize on one or two things that they've been right about in the past and ignore the 58 things where they've been wrong, where people are just reflexively anti-establishment because that's the way to get a following, tell you that there are very possibly UFOs out there and the US government's out to get you and you can't trust established sources of authority. Thank you. People who are peddling to you things that you may want to hear or that an audience wants to hear, such as vaccines are unsafe and the government's lying to you and there's a great reset going on and they're trying to take away your freedoms under the guise of protecting you from COVID. And so people are lying to you, people are exaggerating, people who are distorting, people who are peddling misinformation, disinformation, trying to proclaim a phony level of expertise, a phony level of profundity, a phony level of truth. So the more bogus, all right, the more fraudulent and flatulent the content, all right, the more you just got someone who's just wants your attention, just wants your worship. And I'm certainly keyed into this. Like people like me, I'm a bachelor, right? So we're not normal and we're not to be trusted, right? There should be less trust extended to people, generally speaking, who are not married, who are not tightly interwoven in the lives of others. Now, I'd like to believe that I've achieved fairly strong interweaving of my life in the lives of others, but it doesn't really compare to those who have families. If you don't have a family, if you're essentially alienated from other people and you're just living in your own fantasy world, creating online content, putting forth a false persona about how profound you are and what you have to say, right? People like that, and yeah, that would be a lot of what I've done, are dangerous, man. Like when you hear about serial killers, they're loners, right? Loners are dangerous. And people just want your adoration and your worship and your money and your attention, right, to fill that hole in their soul because they don't have a family and they're not in the lives of other people in real life. They're dangerous. They're not fair dinkum. They're fraudulent.